Hey friends, I am Rena, also known as Lady K, your girl bestie when it comes to living a smart, intentional, and juicy life. So, welcome to class because I'm going to be talking about something I love to call hobby stacking. So, in this video, I'm going to be explaining why I will be dedicating my 20s to hobby stacking. So, first of all, I'm with my iPad here. So, class is really in session. So, first and foremost, I want to define what hobby stacking means. I know it is kind of self explanatory, but this is just to set the tone of this video. So, yeah, what is hobby stacking? So, hobby stacking simply means actively collecting different passions, skills, and activities without feeling the need to just pick one. So this is what I am dedicated my 20s to, hobby stacking. So basically, instead of just, boxing myself into this single identity, I want to look back at my 20s and have this like bouquet of experiences. Yes. So I will be explaining why, like I said earlier in this video, why I will be dedicating my 20s to hobby stacking. So let's get right into it. So here are a couple of reasons why I am doing it personally. Okay? The first reason is I am young, so why not? Like, I am young, so why am I not doing everything that I want to do? Like, this is the strongest I would ever be. This is the youngest I would ever be. This is the most time I might actually ever have. So why am I not doing things that spark me up and that lights me up? Why am I not doing this certain things? The second reason is I get to meet so many diverse people. As you all know, if you've been following me for quite some time, you will know that I am super extroverted. That means I gain my energy from meeting and just communicating with people. So, hobby stacking and exploring so many of my passions, so many hobbies has allowed me to rub shoulders with different kinds of people, with different mentalities, with different drives. With I remember when I was going, I had this like swimming class, and I saw this particular lady who was clearly older than me, and I told her, "Why are you here?" We're all Agbayas, but I was like, "Why are you here?" And she said that the reason why she is here is because every time she drives on Third Milan Bridge, she always has this fear that she's going to somehow, some way tumble into the ocean. And yeah, so basically, she just wants to get that phobia out of the way. That is the reason why she is here. That is the reason why she signed up for this class. Me, on the other hand, why I signed up for swimming classes is because of I legit had a dream where I was jumping off a yacht into like this clear blue ocean. And when I woke up from that dream, I know that okay, I do not have like the funds right now to go to that location that I saw in my dream. But I was like, okay, why don't I just get prepared? Why don't I just get that really banging body to wear that bikini that I saw myself wearing in that dream? And why don't I also learn how to swim now? So when that time comes, the opportunity is going to meet me ready and it's going to meet me hot. So the third reason why I am hobby stacking is because I know that my future self is going to thank me later. Like, imagine my future self knowing how to swim. Imagine my future self taking up hobbies that are helping me to, boost my finance, like reading books and things like that. My future self is going to definitely thank me later. So I know that my future self is going to look back and be like, thank you, Rina. Thank you, Riri. So yeah, that is the reason why this is me. To me, this is the ultimate form of self love because I am basically just invested in myself, things that I would look back and be like, I'm super happy I got to do these things. So, the fourth reason why I am dedicating my 20s to hobby stacking is look, ladies, friends, I have come to realize that my confidence has gone from 100 to 150. Yeah, we have broken the scale. I mean, like, I just love how confident I have been because I am just richer, if you get what I mean. Like, on my social CV, my social CV is rich. It is getting heavy because I have touched a bunch of things that normal me wouldn't have. So I'm very, very happy that I am on this journey, dedicating this phase of my life to getting my hands on different things, that have made me curious for a long time. And I'm just doing it. Like, I'm just basically doing it instead of like scrolling on my phone 247. Like, I'm doing things that are building my social CV, that are building my confidence, my creativity, my resilience. Because trust me, I've always been that girl who always like beat herself up when I am not good at things at the first try. I know that I'm not the only person on this table. But when I start to take up on different hobbies that I have never done before, I am grateful to myself. I get to tell myself to, calm down. You're doing absolutely well. You being here alone is a thumbs up. So basically, I am building my confidence as I am stacking up these hobbies. I am also building my creativity, my strength, my resilience. Trust me, my latest hobby that I'm basically like on right now is swimming. And when I look back on my first class to my current class, when I look at the videos, I pat myself on the back, I clap for myself because well done. I used to have like this mad phobia for water. But now, girl, this girl
You're
is
so
diving
fabulous.
in. She is floating.
Why?
She's doing her breaststroke. Shout out to my coach, Coach Shagun. The second thing I want to talk about is the professional growth that comes with hobby stacking. Girls, let's get right into it. If you have come this far in this video, please, ladies, please, friends, like, subscribe, and make a comment. I mean, what are the hobbies you are looking to explore? Let's have a chat in the comment section. So let's get right into it. The second thing I'm going to be talking about is the professional growth that comes with hobby stacking. Let's get real, friends. In today's world, being multi passionate is a power move. Being multi passionate is such a power move because I remember one time my friend and I, we were having like this conversation about how she went for an interview, and it turns out that the person who was interviewing her is a chess enthusiast. Like, he loves playing chess. So somehow, some way, she's a very good, great conversationalist. So as she was telling him about herself, she dropped that in, and immediately he was interested in every other thing she was saying because she also loves chess. So imagine that. Imagine being in such a room that your destiny helper, you and your destiny helper have something in common. Imagine that. So the second, thing that I've realized in terms of like professional growth that hobby stacking has given me, or rather has blessed me with, is discipline and resilience. Discipline and resilience, friends. I wake up and I do not want to go for my classes. Sometimes I'm not disciplined to stick to my schedules. But with so many hobbies, and trust me, sometimes some hobbies require some money, while some hobbies don't require any money at all. They do not. So, especially the ones that I have invested money in, I have to stay disciplined and I have to stay resilient because sometimes your first class, you're not going to be great at your first try. Okay. I mean, that is the reason why we're learning, right? If we were pros at it, we will not be here. So, I have learned that I am becoming more disciplined to like stick through things, like see things through. Like, I remember on my third class, I was like, what brought me here? Because my coach was like, we're going to 8 feet. Girl, we're going to 8 feet. And I'm like, why am I here? Why am I here? Why? And also, let me tell you something. Most of the times, if you're learning hobbies, especially things like swimming, you might be the oldest. But it doesn't matter because in my class, I have like, there is this particular baby girl. She is not up to 5 years old and she's like a pro swimmer. Like she's going to 12 feet. That girl is a pro. Like she is my inspiration when it comes to swimming, right? So basically, I've just been able to tell myself to stick through things, okay, not to give up. And that little child is my role model. She's such a huge, huge inspiration. So basically, stacking up hobbies in my 20s has taught me discipline and resilience. So the third thing that, hobby stacking has also enabled me is basically just adapting to things, adapting to new people, adapting to new situations, adapting to new environments. Basically, the case study I am using for this video is my current swimming class. And trust me, I have been able to adapt. Like, I mean, I talked about how I am like one of like the oldest. Yes. Like, there are little kids, from in primary school that come to swim, and I'm looking like as if I'm like this agbaya. So I have been able to adapt and just pull myself through even when things are not favorable. So the next reason in terms of like professional growth is that hobby stacking has made me very dynamic. I think I talked about this sometime earlier. I have my notes here. So pardon me if I'm looking down. So hobby stacking has made me multi-skilled, which has made me super dynamic and interesting. Like, I talked about my social CV. I am now a more interesting person, a more attractive person. And I'm not even talking about physical looks, I'm just talking about the things that I can do, the things that I bring to the table in terms of like workspace. Like, I can do so many things. I really can. Because one of my hobbies is also like video editing. I mean, that is the reason why I'm here. I edit my video. I know how to make my thumbnails with Canva. These are skills that I've built over time that are actually helping me in my business and in the workspace as well. Just imagine taking a physical hobby. Like me, for instance, I took swimming as a physical hobby. And I can tell you for a fact that my arms, girl, I get to do so many pull ups in the water because right now I'm currently learning breaststroke. So that has really activated my arms, my back, and because I do a lot of pull ups, especially like when you want to take in air before you dive right in. Yeah. So imagine taking up a physical hobby. Do you know what that is going to do for your mental health, your physical health, your body, your confidence? Girl, bro, be serious about hobby stacking this year 2025. So basically, fitness hobbies are a non-negotiable for me. Fitness hobbies are like non-negotiables for me. I love to dance. I love to belly dance. Yeah, I love to belly dance. I love to swim because this activates my body. I love to also run. Running is something that I do. These are hobbies that I really like. I do not see them as chores. They are really enjoyed in this side. So I always stick to my schedules. I always stick to the fact that I have to do these things and I'm enjoying it. I mean, sometimes when I'm dancing to music in the morning, I take my dumbbells, my aerobic dumbbells, and I'm dancing, activating my body. Yeah. So basically, and also like I talked about self-love, like when you're activating your body, your mind is just clear. You're just seeing yourself for who you are. You're really loving yourself. You're really loving your body. You're really thanking yourself for pushing through. Also, fitness hobbies have taught me that strength and softness can coexist. Let me explain. When I started my swimming classes, I thought I was very flexible when it came to my core and my waist area. But when I started to glide in the water and move like a mermaid in the water, I found out I was a bit stiff. I remember the time when I wanted to float in the water and I kept bucking in my waist and I had to like free my body. I had to like free myself. I thought I was I was free until I started swimming and I'm like, girl, you are so stiff. But swimming made me understand that strength and softness can coexist at the same time. Let's talk about the deeper why. Like, why exactly deeply am I doing these certain things? I told you when we started this video that it is for my future self. So basically, taking up hobbies that affect my mind, body, and soul positively is like a future love letter to myself. It is. It really is. So I try to take up hobbies that are touching my body, my mind, and my soul. Okay? So you might have to do the research and know what works for you. Meditation, stretching. I love keep stretching. I love squatting. These are things that I've taken up on myself that I honestly enjoy. My second deeper why is I want to look back at my life and say I lived, I blossomed, not what if, not why didn't I. No, I never I don't want to live a life of regret. So if I can do it now, why not? If you can, why not? My third deeper reason is that hobby stacking has made my life colorful. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but like hobby stacking has made my life feel so colorful. I have several layers to myself. And if you know me, I do not pride myself in being mono. No. I'm a very multifaceted woman. I pride myself in being super multifaceted. Um, yeah, so I'm able to meet different people and and click with them because I have several layers to me and I enjoy it. And a lot of people have this conversation and find out that they are being burnt out. I listen to my body, I don't push myself. If I'm not enjoying something, I'm going to take a step back and take a breather, but I'm going to come back to it. So this way, I am enjoying myself. I am not burnt out. I am loving myself every step of the way. I am learning new things about myself through hobby stacking. So, friends, I want you to remember that your 20s are not a deadline. To me, it's my playground. Like, it's my playground. I am striving as much as possible to get myself to do so many things in a loving way, not in a way that I'm pushing myself to being burnt out. No, 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 not that. But it's more like I have the time, I have the energy, so why not? So it's not a deadline, it's my playing ground. And to my friends as well, I want you to understand that everything that you are learning now is not in vain, okay? It is basically preparing you to the woman that you are going to be in a few years' time. I mean, visualize her. Take out time to actually visualize her right now. I'll always visualize myself swimming in clear blue oceans. So yeah, I've always visualized myself reading very, very lovely, good, intellectually deep books. I've always visualized myself traveling. I have always visualized myself doing so many things. So instead of me just wishing upon a star, why don't I just start now? Why don't I just start setting up my blocks right now? So when the time comes, everything falls in place. All right, so we've come to the end of this video. If you enjoy this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Like, what did you learn from this video? What did you take from this video? What hobbies would you be implementing this year, 2025?